obsessed with the mess from the bed that you made when you stayed, even though that you said that it was done, but it was late and you were hungry. And the sheets lay a 3-course meal. You don't wanna date, you rather wait until this June, because that is when your 8th dimension angels promised you that they'd deliver someone better, a perfect fit for you. No, I'm not sad. Hell, if anything, I'm glad about it. I've been waking up each day in an anxious red flag panic, knowing that I'm not the one, but not knowing just how to let you know. Trying on my skill sets like I try on brand clothes, saying I'm competitive each time that I oppose, and I suppose there is some truth there, and sometimes it's way too close to home. No, I'm not sad. Hell, if anything, I'm glad about it. I've been changing past replies to dictate future text tones, sonnets, knowing that I'm not the one, but not knowing just how to let you go.
Good evening. Welcome to Soundshop. My name is Akpanaluo, and I started Soundshop 8 years ago as a way to help my brother connect with other musicians so that he could get advice, feedback, and encouragement on his work. And it very quickly became my passion in a very deep way. And so for the longest time, I was hosting these events for months, like every single month. Started out in my apartment, was doing a residency at Rockwood before the pandemic, kept it going through on Zoom during the pandemic, and then the last 3 years I've been hosting it here at Club Curious. And just to tell you guys a little bit more about this space, Club Curious is the speakeasy of non-alcoholic brand Curious Elixirs. And they have an array of drinks on offer, and you guys have already gotten to try some, and if you haven't, definitely make your way to the bar. And something that I always like to say is that the founder of Curious Elixirs puts as much care into crafting these cocktails as he has into the space. Now, generally, Soundshop works by, I curate a set of 3 acts, and they'll each perform a song, talk about it, and then, we'll have a conversation with the audience. And this is the first formal Soundshop I've done where it's just one act. And so this is a little bit of a departure from prior events. And in keeping with, because I'm very attuned to kind of like how to curate events, and I feel like since a lot more of this is very listening focused, I kind of wanted to think about ways to encourage the audience to be as present as possible. So, I discourage you from using your phones to take pictures. I have a fantastic photographer who does a lot of shows, and so you'll get pictures after the event. But if you do use your phone, I welcome you to scan the QR code to get the digital pamphlet, and that way that you can follow along with the lyrics if you like to. And if you prefer during the listening portions of the event, you can either look at the lyrics, or you can also just close your eyes and just kind of get into the moment that way. And in terms of the format for the rest of the night, it's going to be basically 2 songs, and then Danni and Caroline will give remarks to set up the next set of songs, and then they'll give remarks to set up the next set of songs, and then we'll have a Q&A for about 6 minutes, then we'll have an intermission, and we'll repeat that. And then finally, at the very end, I have a moment where people can raise their hands and say what they are offering or seeking to advance their creative endeavors. And that's a really beautiful part of this entire experience, because so many in here are creatives, and I really want to be able to highlight not just the performers, but then also the broader audience. And so, with all of that said, I will pass things back to Danni and Caroline. Ooh.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks, Akanaloa, for having us, for making this space and community. Thanks to Curious Elixirs. I've had 3 of your cocktails so far, 0, 5, and I'm on number 3, and I'm going to number 7 later, so thank you. We are Ringdown. Normally, I don't talk that much. Are you proud of me?
I'm actually blown away right now. Yeah. I was holding my breath the whole time, so it's if I say anything, she'll stop.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm very proud. We are Ringdown. We're really excited because tonight we're doing a little bit of performance, but it's mostly a kind of first listen of our new record, which is going to come out on May 9th. So you're going to play some songs for you that no one except for the few people from None Such Records who are here in this room have heard.
Am I allowed to have this out in public?
Yeah. So thank you for being here.
Am I really not? Okay.
Thanks, Greg.
I'm a rule follower.
You are a real rule follower.
I just actually got nervous. I was like, Greg's mad. Greg's mad. So the song you just heard is the first track on the record. However, the live version we do is way different than what's on the album. And Caroline and I got into a fight this week because she wanted to do the song live and then also make you listen to it. And I was like, that sounds like a nightmare to me. So just quick show of hands, who would have liked that? No, please don't. But the, see, that's
what I said. I was like, Danni, wouldn't it be great? It's like podcast style, like you hear like a little snippet, like a little 8 seconds.
And my argument was like, okay, but the album version's probably more exciting. And then they're going to be like, oh, why'd you do it live? Yeah.
So go home and listen to the record on May 9th. But yeah, thank you.
And that it was my spiel of like, now you have to pre-order it, which you can do by scanning the QR code and buying it directly from Nonesuch. See? Sorry. But the next... I don't... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm done talking for the evening. I'm really done. I've used it all up. So the next song we're going to play for you is, we're going to play 2 tracks, track number 2 and 3. This one is going to be, it's called I Won't Go. On the album, we really like it because the first song ends with Wanted You to Leave, and the next song starts with I Won't Go, so unintentional. And then after that...
very intentional.
It was I thought it was accidental.
No, there was many days and weeks of talking about album order and being like, waltzing into David's office and being like, you care about album order, what do you think?
And the next track is track 3, and that's called My Turn. Hit it, Andrew. Thank you to Andrew on sound.
I won't go, I won't go, I won't go. Somewhere out there is a life where you're not mine and I'm not fine. Somewhere out there is a place where I have never seen your face. I won't go, I won't go, I won't go, I won't go. Once upon a glitch, a continental drift, a step out of the shadow, a reality shift. And you asked me if I'd be willing to miss the very thing that forever I wished I won't go, 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 I won't go. And now taller and aligned, and now vows to find you every time. Verse and chorus multiplying, mute the click track underlying. I've been sitting on my hands, saying, when is it my turn? When is it
I've been staring at that glass, saying who drank it so fast? Who drank it up so fast? Who drank it up so fast? It's a long road, it's a long road. It's a long road, but it's my road. I've been sailing at half-mast, yet I still always come in last. How many have I passed? How many have I passed? It's a long road, it's a long road. It's a long road, but it's my road.
How did it feel in your body, Danni, to sit?
I am so grateful for every person in this room, but that is my worst nightmare. to be perceived while you're perceiving yourself. And you're like, if I look like I like it too much, then I'm a narcissist. And if I look like I don't like it, then I seem ungrateful. Am I doing my eyebrows right? Wow. Thanks for asking. I think a fun fact though is that last song was written on ukulele.
Oh yeah.
Which is wild. Even to me, I'm like, no, it wasn't. But it was. The next track is called Run, and this is a track that's out. It was the first single to be released from the album, and I think probably one of the best tracks on the album. It is, to me, it makes me feel like really enraged in a good way, you know, when you get that like good anger that you're like, I gotta clean the house. Suddenly you're silent. That old bit again.
Should we tell people? I feel like this is a good. We have a dream for this track is to make a music video that is. We're not sure if it's partnering with a political organization, sort of like get out the vote, or encouraging people to like run for local office because of some of the rage.
Yeah.
But that's maybe there's someone in this room who would like to talk to us about that at some point. We don't know how to do it.
While you're listening, it's what does run mean to you?
Yeah.
Running towards, running from, running for. And then after that, is it 2 in a row?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, actually, the thing, this is another fun fact. while we were really thinking long and hard about the running order of the album, one thing that just slipped through the cracks was that that Run is followed by Old Noir, which is followed by a track called Teach Me. And all three of those tracks were supposed to run right into each other with no break in between. And you know, you get busy, okay? Emails are boomerangs. You send one out, two come back. And suddenly your inbox has 100 emails and you're like, the dog needs to go out. And things happen, okay? And we're not perfect. So so you're gonna hear it tonight. Those were all jokes. I'm not actually upset. I just want everybody to know. So when you don't laugh, I wither. And I start playing with my hair tie and I'm like, is everybody okay? So tonight, our hope right now is that you will be the only people to ever hear these three tracks the way they were intended, and we're gonna attempt to seamlessly go right into the third track live. So
We've Run.
here we go.
Oh. Old Noir is a kind of like just instrumental interlude track where underneath, no one will ever hear this. There's like a whole synth chord progression underneath that we recorded, and then we recorded all these like bits of viola and whistling and trumpet on top, and then we took away the underlying chords, so it's just these like floating things. I like there's like little hidden stuff, and we'll go right into Teach Me after that.
We recorded a lot of sounds actually,
Yeah,
like hours of like, hey, what if we did this? Did you get that? Did you record it? And our sweet, very good friend, engineer who was with us was like, uh-huh.
Yeah. He's like, mute.
Yeah.
Mute.
Yeah.
Hit it, Andrew. Thank you so much.
You want a fighter, try and keep track of battles I've won. A real good writer, but your tales leave trails to smoking guns. Hand me a lighter, gonna set fire to what's done is done. I'm not a hider, watch just how fast I can run. Saving, look around, there's only one. You can't stop chasing, round and around, you've just begun. I've got a craving, odds are stacked, I'm out for blood. So much misbehaving, watch just how fast I can run. You say patience, it's a virtue, and my morals miss their curfew. Teach me how to love you. 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 Teach me how to teach me how to teach me how to teach me how teach me teach me how to love you. Sorry about that noise at the end there. I don't know what that was, but.
All right. So to kick off the Q&A session, and I'll start timing after I ask my question. I want to, leave time for the audience, but let's see. So, for context, the icebreaker question was, what are your favorite cross-genre collaborations? And that was no mistake. And before I actually ask the question, can I see a show of hands of people who are unfamiliar with either of Danni or Caroline's work? Awesome. And so this is for the benefit of those that aren't familiar with your work, but then also leading into the main question, which is that I'd like you guys to kind of describe what your existing recorded music, like how you would define that work, and then I'd be interested in hearing how, Ringdown kind of emerged from both of your different backgrounds, because it seems like an unexpected sort of birthing from your respective recorded works.
We do call our songs our children, so it is kind of a birthing. I can say for my, God, that was really, oh yeah.
I don't know what's in this, but we need it at home.
Okay. I got the microphone, I got the cord, it's wild. I'm Caroline. I do in a lot of my life a lot more classical music. Write things for string quartet and choir and orchestra, and I've worked with some pop stars, but mostly it's a kind of classical background. You can get all those records on Nunsuch.
Hey, I'm Danni Lee, and I come from a very singer-songwriter, tenor ukulele playing background. Like, I get it, I'm quirky. But the problem with that is the segue into the second part of the question, that I always felt while playing ukulele and trying to sing that like I'm just so much louder than the ukulele, which was hard for me and people listening. And I needed a way to create more sound, but I knew nothing about synth world or how to create that by myself. And Caroline was writing for string quartets and pop stars, and I was like, do you want to get married? And she said yes. Yeah, and I think that Now you're embarrassed? People know you're gay? They could tell. Look at this jawline. Thank you. I've been Danni Lee. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm like this. But I think that probably birthing day of Ringdown was we set up every instrument that we owned. The living room looked like just a chaos of chords. And we were like, what does all this stuff do? Truly. And then
We had some loop pedals. People say, like, how do you make the music? Who writes what part? Which is a question we get a lot. And every song is a little bit different. Sometimes I describe, like, I'll make a kind of a version of a kind of imaginative track song in Logic, which is what I usually work in, sort of recorded bits of synth. And I was like, Danni, is this an environment that could create a song? Do you think this is something that you could live in? And then she's such a beautiful melody writer and lyrics writer that she can conjure worlds that I cannot. And the combination is something that's always really inspiring to me.
I think this is so ridiculous. You're right here. Sorry, is that okay? Yeah. For like a recording or anything, that it would matter. Yeah. Can everyone hear me? Okay. I think the really cool thing about making music with Caroline is because we come from such different worlds. I think Caroline's. I'm a rule follower. I'm a singer-songwriter. am verse, chorus, verse, bridge, chorus one more time, and see ya. And Caroline's music is like, and we're over here, and then it goes over here. And she would present me in the beginning with these like tracks, these worlds she had made, and she'd be like, here, I think we could use this for Ringdown. And I would feel so panicked. Because I'd be like, it changes. It never comes back. Like, how do the verses fit in? And so I think in forcing those two worlds together, I feel like I've learned so much from you. I've learned that like maybe we don't have to have rules and structure, and maybe like we can have a verse, and you could call it a verse later, and it can be totally different. And it's been a really interesting practice of stretching outside of comfort zones. Was that the answer to any of the questions? Sick. Sweet.
All right, let's take some questions from the audience. Yes?
What's the story with the name Ringdown? How did you come up with that?
It was on a beach with a bunch of astrophysicists. I have a bunch of friends from, as one does, who are sort of cosmologists from Princeton, and we were like, what would be a cool name that feels vast and immense and is about space and sound and music, and they discussed among themselves, and they were like, Ringdown. So Ringdown is the theory. I feel like you're good at explaining this.
A ringdown is the theorized wave pattern that occurs when two black holes merge and become one. Obviously, there's no like sound in a black hole, because it's like a vacuum or something. But the wave pattern that occurs, that they've put sound to, sounds a little something like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
The alternative definition.
You really wanted that to sound way cooler, because like, let's use it in a song, and it's not.
And we were like, found it on the internet, and it was like, we were like, would have expected more from two black holes, but no judgment. And then the other definition of a ringdown is in old phone systems, like if there was like a butler, you would ring down. It's like a direct line that only goes to one location. But obviously the first definition is way cooler. and less problematic.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Can you talk a little bit about your setup here and, like, I guess the choices that you made in terms of translating the songs in the record to, like, this venue?
Tonight we're only doing a couple things live. I think we've basically done it all. So we've it's a pretty minimal setup tonight. I usually have a little Juno module. Roland makes great Juno little modules. And a keyboard, and so I do a lot of things with the loop. The viola does a lot of heavy lifting. You have my favorite instrument in the band.
Vintage so fatty. And I say Moog, and if you say Moog, that's fine, but I don't. And then this is a Helicon Voice Live 3 Extreme.
I have one too, usually.
Wow, that was
I had to
like,
be like-
yeah, I got one too.
Yeah.
Mom said I could play too, so you have to let me.
And I also have a Roland SP404 sampler. My setup usually has way more cool stuff on it.
Okay, we're about to get real with you. Because Caroline, why don't we have more stuff with us tonight? Because we have to carry all the gear up and down 4 flights of stairs. And so it was like, and Caroline hurt her back. She's got a bad back right now.
I don't.
Just kidding. But the thing I was gonna say about the Voice Live 3 Extreme, we keep trying. Caroline also has one, and she had it first. And I've really taken it on as well. But it does so many cool things, and we keep trying to not have it. But it literally, if TC Helicon would like to sponsor us in any way, because after every show, everyone's like, how did you do that? And we're like, it's a TC Helicon Voice Live 3 Extreme. And anytime we try to bring in something new, we're like, never mind, the TC Helicon Voice Live 3 Extreme can actually just do it too.
But to answer your question, like there's a lot of stuff on the record that we can't do live. Yeah, and so the question is always like, how much do you try to be faithful to the record versus making something else that's like different? And you want people. Some people come to a show have no idea who you are, so like that's the only version they know. Other people might come like knowing the track and saying like, oh, this is different. Trying to not rely on too much triggering of like secret samples, but that can be it. It's
We made a rule pretty early on that we didn't want to have laptops on stage, in like zero judgment. It was just like for us, I don't know, not to get like gendered or about it, but I feel like when you're like 2 women and you like come in and already the people are like, ugh. And people are like, do you know how to use this? And I'm like, no. I think like for us it was just really important. I'm sorry. I can be no other way. I hate it. But I think it was and is important to us that we try to do as many things live and in real time. And we find that like there are a couple tracks in our live set where Caroline, we do trigger a thing, and we can't figure out, like, I just feel like I'm doing karaoke at that point. I'm like, okay, here we go, and it's, anyways.
I think the limitations are really exciting. Yeah.
All right, one more, Lily.
You mentioned earlier that normally when you write, it's like you have some tracks set up and then you come with words. Are there any tracks that you wrote together from the ground up?
Yeah, definitely. There's some that are opposite, where you've made a song that I kind of, or with Aaron, make something differently.
Reckoning, which has been out for a while.
You got to speak into the microphone for the.
Reckoning, which has been out for a while, is a song that day I was talking about where we put all the gear out in the living room. That is how Reckoning was born, that song.
In bits and pieces, and then over time kind of found its shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Cool. I know. Every so often there's like a funny little slapback echo, and then it goes away.
Yeah. I can't remember the names of any of our songs because they all had alternate names when you're working on it. So like, Emotional Absentee was called A Raccoon Stole My Backpack. Yeah. Which I was like, yeah, thank you. See, I was voted out, and I was like, fine. Emotional Absentee feels kind of heavy. But My Turn, which was the second track that we heard, it was written on the ukulele. Like the original version of that sounds nothing like that. It's me just being like, I've been sitting on my hands, and then I don't know. There are a couple tracks that were kind of like my old songs that I had never. I would always say like something didn't feel right about them. They were never released or performed live. It was just like something's off. And it turns out it was that I needed a very good composer to make them good. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take a 10-minute intermission, and if you need another icebreaker, share with someone something that stood out to you about what you've listened to so far.
See you soon. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would love to sing with them. Before I pass it back to Danny and Caroline, I just wanted to see a show of hands. If it's your first time, did I already do that? Yeah. Raise your hand if it's your first time at Soundshop. Wow, lots of newbies. Hell yeah, welcome. And can I get a big cheer from returning people? Woo! Awesome. Okay, not good with exposition, so I will pass it back to Ringdown. Right, you have it. I forgot.
To this one? Not that. Now we have too many microphones.
I forgot that I didn't need
Yeah. Do you want me to use both of them?
The white one is so pretty, though.
Thank you. Okay. So next up, I'm looking at my cheat sheet over here.
Ghost.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's a version of Ghost that's already out in the world, and when we were working on the album, we knew that we wanted to collaborate with the group So Percussion in some way. Yeah. I love them so much. We've had Caroline has done a couple Grammy Award-winning records with them. Did you know that? Yeah, thank you. I did sing on the last one, and people have been congratulating me on my Grammy. And I have been saying thank you, but I will not get a statue. It's fine. I had one made. I didn't. But we were like, what if we did like a reworking of Ghost, and we had the So Guys. We got rid of all of the instrumentation of the track that is currently out in the world and exists, and we asked the So Guys to just jam out to it, and they sent us a crazy amount of stems. Right? That's what they're called, boyfriend stems. And and we took those stems and we added them into a bouquet of flowers. Hit it. No, and then after Ghost, why can't I see? Oh, Emotional Absentee, which is the second single that a raccoon stole my backpack, which was born out of our dear friends who are in a band called New Body Electric. which is based out of Portland, and the main front runner guy of that band, Aaron Peterson, did a lot of the engineering and a lot of producing actually on this record. But he and his partner Leah, they're both in the band. They sent us this like crazy, just simple drum beat track, and we were like, sick. Raccoon stole my backpack.
I was going to say, Andrew, if there's another track in there, Reckoning, we're not going to play that one. We just switch it. Yeah, great. We're not playing you the ones that are already out. Sorry, I'm the more boring one now. Okay.
We need to get her more elixir. Hurry.
Okay, great.
More cure. And maybe I'll just use this moment to say something about. I didn't get in trouble for having the record. Turns out that was okay. But we did a really special thing with the release of this album where we committed to making 50 handmade vinyl covers, which was a lot of crafting. And fortunately, all 50 have been sold, but we decided that a fun thing that we want to do as we tour this record is to offer a very limited number of additional handmade vinyl covers for in-person sales. So although you can pre-order the album today via Nonesuch, if you would prefer or if you would like, we have a very limited number available here of just the covers. So if you purchase, and these are $35. The record online is $21. But today you will only get to walk away with an empty vinyl cover. And for
Danny,
more
let's see
money,
a couple more of those because they're all different.
this one was supposed to be a rainbow.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. We're almost done. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So, zero pressure. We only made these with our very own hands. And if you are interested in that, we can find us after the show and we can give it to you and get your shipping information so that we can send you the actual album later. Okay, bye.
Counting hours on my fingers, always been an overthinker. Turning on and off my ringer, the ghost of you still lingers on. The ghost of you still lingers on. The ghost of you still lingers. Measure minutes by the high low of your text back tempo, and they're not coming in, so the ghost of you still lingers on. The ghost of you still lingers on. The ghost of you still lingers on. Ghost of you still. If it's not a yes, babe, well then it's a no. So just turn off your phone and turn those maybe blues into neon green. I told you so. Let 'em pass through the highs and the lows and the firsts. You think you're so clever. Turn the dial, pull the lever. High from them what you could never say it out loud. Say it first, or play me your thirst. You say you don't know what you want, but ask me to stand here. Will you clean this whole mess up? You say you gotta see it through, so you go, and I know you'll come back. They always do. And if I had $1 for every time they said they weren't expecting me, I'm a goddamn scholar of the emotional absentee. Where'd you go? You're on my mind. Can you read between the lines? Thought I left your love behind. You say we're just on different paths. From day one I said fun, and you handed me the map. You say you're so much better now, but patterns repeat and it all feels the same somehow. And if I had $1 for every time I said, babe, you started this, why do I even bother when I know your emotions are counterfeit? Where'd you go? You're on my mind. Can you read between the lines? Thought I left your love behind. Where'd you go? You're on my mind. Can you read between the lines? Thought I left your love behind.
It's really cool to get to play these songs for people who never, like, no one's ever heard these before. Thank you
Yeah.
for being here. It's very.
Thank you so much. I still think it should have been called A Raccoon Stole My Backpack.
Yeah.
I took a photo of the set list, and every time I try to swipe, it's just doing the thing where it like tells you where you took the photo. Oh, trigger warning. Okay, trigger warning and could have been. So these are the last 2 songs we're gonna listen to with you tonight. Trigger warning is kind of, for me, maybe you have more you want to say about it, but like, it's kind of like a wild card of a song.
I feel like we had the most discussion about the song and almost didn't make it on the record.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, what is it? What's going on?
What I was talking about earlier, we're like, it goes here and then it goes there and then it goes here. Was this Kindling?
This was Kindling.
So Caroline, we like probably 3 years ago now, went to, this is too much story, but here we are. We went to a cabin in Washington and we were like, we're gonna like go into the woods in Pacific Northwest and we're gonna write some songs together. And Caroline wrote this track that was called Kindling. And it was maybe one of the first things you handed to me where it was just like, I was like, I don't know, Caroline, like, the beat is so wild. And I'm like, yeah, here we go with the lyrics. Okay, hit it. Like, it was a beautiful, beautiful track, but it never felt quite like there was room for words. And it's a track that we sat with for 3 years, and it ebbed and flowed and changed, and somehow we got to trigger warning. And I love it. also. I was a good sell. It was a really good sell. And then I
I
guess
was going through old versions of it. There's like stuff that would never made it in. It's like it's gone through so many different
yeah.
worlds. I think there's a cool thing at the end of trigger warning. There's this thing that that I sing or we sing that actually should go on top of, I think, My Turn or I Won't Go.
Yeah.
It's like it's a weird throwback, but they never made it onto that track. Is that a good story?
No, but it is there. It's like a callback.
I don't think it is there. I don't think it's on the record. We do it live, but it's not on the record.
Oh, wild. You're right.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy, you guys?
Oh, yeah. Danny, could you can I just interrupt? Because you were talking before about the record covers, and I wanted to ask you about the name of the record. And is there any way you could just feed that back in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me
This
to?
is the most awkward segue. I just really, I've been thinking about it for the last 8 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to tell you.
It was interesting that you, instead of just being like, I would also like to tell you about the title of the record, you somehow made it my problem.
Yeah. Yes.
It was very cool. Oh, Caroline, do you know? Hold on, this just in. Wait, someone. What was that? The bit's too long. No, it's not funny. So Lady on the Bike, Caroline and I, we did a Big Ears Festival a couple years ago, and it was probably our first like big show. Big Ears as a festival just also feels very like a high school reunion of all the cool people in new music. So you're like, ooh, we really got to do really well here, because it's like everybody in the room is also an artist who just did really well. And so we were, needless to say, a little bit nervous. And right beforehand, or I'm not doing a good job with this. Hold on, let's take it back to one. Okay, so when we were going there, we were like, we don't have a record, we don't have any merch to share. Like, we want to have something physical to be like, hi, we're Ringdown, and thank you for having us. And the really good music didn't feel like enough. And so we were like, what if, with this, I think with this band in general, like, we both have this very, like, DIY mentality, not in the sense of, like, we're doing it all our own. We have this beautiful label that's very present here tonight that's making it happen for us. But we wanted to like go back to the roots of like how music used to be. Where like used to like people opened up newsletters. And do you remember when like someone would release an album and you would like wait for it in anticipation, and you wouldn't have just one track from the album on a playlist with a bunch of other stuff? And we wanted to try to get back to that. So we're like, what if we hand make these album covers? And we hide them around places at Big Ears. And we go on our Instagram and we're like, hi, just popping on to tell you that we made these covers, and then people can go find them. And isn't that so great? And so we made the covers. We hid them. This guy in the back is bored. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so you with me. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you out. I got really self-conscious. Okay. So we hid the records. And we were like walking back to our little hotel, and we were like, this is sick. And then we were like, wait a minute. What if nobody finds them? We just publicly on the internet, we were like, hey guys, just popping on. And no one cares. It's supposed to rain tonight. So these covers are just going to be like strewn about as litter in a very branded way. And we were panicked. We were like, what the fuck were we thinking? And just as that happened, this lady rode by on her bicycle, like out of a movie, with a little basket on the front of her bike. And she was like, Ringdown! I found an album cover. I'm coming to your show tomorrow. And we were like, oh my God, thank you. And so before every show now, we have this mantra that we say, where we say, for younger me, for younger you, for future us, and for the lady on the bike. Yes. Because, yes. I can't decide if I want to know who the lady on the bike was, or if I want her to forever remain like, you know, anonymous. But I think the whole mantra of that is that this privilege of being up here and sharing music and doing that is such a crazy thing, that we all get to be in the same room experiencing art together. And it's not that serious. it cannot be that serious. So like the nerves, all of that, you like psych yourself out and you're like, for what? Like that's such a misstep. I want it to be this vulnerable, we're all experiencing this together. So that is how Lady on the Bike happened.
Good story.
Thank you.
Last 2 tracks.
Oh yeah, and then the last one's about my friend who died of cancer. It is, but that's my humor. But Caroline, the funny thing, it's funny, okay? We have to like, it is not the fact that she died. We're okay. She's fine. Oh my God, laugh a little bit. Can everyone just laugh? I lost them, Caroline. I think all songs have, and it, I think I'm not gonna say I'm sorry for ending that way, or like ending on like a downer of a note, because that's life. Really awesome things happen. You fall in love, you dance, and people die, and you lose friendships, and it's all great fodder for songs. And on that note, I would just like to make a public announcement that we get the few times we've talked about this record so far, people are like, wow, a lot of these songs kind of angry, kind of sad. So how's the relationship going? Only the love songs are about Caroline, and all the like angry, like fuck you songs, like Emotional Absentee, are lyrics that I have conjured up from past terrible relationships. So let it be known that none of that stuff is about Caroline.
Thank you.
Caroline is a sweet, sweet, innocent soul who would never. Okay, thank you.
Oh, and one final thing. I talked to Danni and Caroline about this, but the final track is just so touching. So when it finishes, I'm just gonna like let us sit in silence for like 30 seconds, and then I'll start applauding, and then we can.
One, two, say who. 3, 4, slam door. 5, 6, quick fix. 7, 8, clean slate. 9, 10, do it again, do it again, do it again. I was looking for my red sky in the night. All you ever wanna do is scream and fight. I'm waking up to crimson skies in the morning. Wish I could've read it. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. I was looking for my red sky in the night. All you ever wanna do is scream and fight. I'm waking up to crimson skies in the morning. Wish I could've read it. Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
I'm not getting any younger, and I think I'm falling under all the pressure to begin again. If not now, then when? Don't wanna live a life I could have been. Searching for a sound. Keep your head up. And the harder that I listen, there's so much that I'm missing out on a whim. If not now, then when? Don't wanna live a life of could have been, should have been, better friend. Would have been hard to mend. If not now, then when? Don't wanna live a life could have been, could have been.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you.
How do we feel about questions? I almost feel like I don't know, something about the energy. I feel like we could just go into just like sharing about like, you know, what we got going on and like, you know, what we're offering and seeking. Yeah, and if you guys have more questions of them, we can ask when we're hanging out. But yeah, does anybody have any projects that they want to share about?